I think he actually took this fight for the naysayers and all this and all the people talking about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog, and he want to prove his skills against a dog. So I'm gonna show y'all what happens when two dogs get in the ring together.
What?
I say ninth round.
You said ninth?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look, he looked at ninth.
I'm telling you say.
I think he actually took this fight for the Nia is and all this and all the people talked about the fight. I think he actually took the fight cause he know that I'm a dog and he want to prove his skills against the dog, so I'ma show y'all what happens when two dogs get in the ring together. I am dangerous. That's what Gervonta Tank Davis posted on Instagram, and he wasn't just saying it to sound cool, he meant it, he believes it, and history backs it up. Tank isn't just another fighter hyping himself up before a match. He's a man who has built his reputation on proving people wrong, on handing undefeated fighters their first loss, on making sure anyone who steps in front of him doesn't walk out the same, and on March 1st Lamont Roach is the next man standing in his way. This isn't just another title defense for Davis, it's a big moment for Roach, a fight that's happening after nearly a year away from the ring, a fight that has been delayed, questioned, and even outright cancelled at one point. But now it's on, and if Roach thought he was facing the same Tank Davis everyone has been talking about for years, he might want to think again, because this time Davis is showing a different side, one that's making even his biggest fans sit up and take notice. I say neen round, what I say neen round, you say neen yeah. What's your response to that, Lamont? Look, he got scared. Look, he looked that telling you, saying you going sugar. Ray Leonard is now in his corner. That's right, a legend, an icon, a man whose name is written in boxing history alongside the greats, is working with Tank. When footage dropped of Leonard training with Davis, the internet exploded. Some were excited, some were shocked, and some were concerned for Roach, because Leonard doesn't just work with anyone, he's a master of the sport, a technician, a strategist. If he's in Tank's camp, it means Tank isn't playing around, it means he's fine-tuning the very skills that have already made him one of the most feared fighters in the game. My whole family is from DC, my whole family, like my entire family. Don't bring them, I'm telling you, they going celebrate with me, he bring, it's going to be a party on your, I'm going to let y'all know something. His father was up play shaking on the what's his name, he was shaking on the mice. But there's another side to this story, one that has fans raising eyebrows. Where is Calvin Ford, the man who has been in Tank's corner for years, who helped shape him into the fighter he is today? He's nowhere to be seen in these latest training clips, and people have noticed. The speculation is running wild. Is there tension, a split, a new direction for Davis? At the end of the day though, all of this leads back to one thing, the fight itself, and this fight has a lot riding on it. Fight say, because Roach always he comes the fight. And I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about, oh, why Roach? Cause he signed and took the fight. Davis is 30-0 with 28 knockouts. He has built a career on breaking undefeated records. 8 times he stepped into the ring against a fighter who had never tasted defeat. 8 times he sent them home with a loss. Jose Pedraza, Liam Walsh, Francisco Fona, Mario Barros, Rolando Romero, Hector Luis Garcia, Ryan Garcia, Frank Martin. All of them walked in confidently, all of them left differently. Hey, that's what makes this fight so dangerous. For Roach, he's not undefeated, but he's still a champion, still a fighter who has been grinding for years to get to this point. He holds the WBA super featherweight title and has the skills to give anyone problems, but skills only go so far against a fighter like Tank. Power is different, speed is different, experience is different, and Davis has all three. Roach might be the fresher fighter, but fresher doesn't always mean better. Tank has been in deep waters before. He has faced big punchers, fast boxers, awkward styles. He's dealt with it all and walked out on top. We fought twice in the same tournament, so yeah, and we fought in a junior Olympic in the regionals, and we fought in the nationals. You fought in the regionals and then fought again in the nationals. If Roach wants to win, he's going to have to do something no one else has done: control Tank, avoid the power, and survive long enough to outbox him. And that's a tall order, because when a Tank hits people, they don't just get hurt, they disappear. That's why so many people are already counting Roach out. The odds are against History is against him, the timing is against him. Tank is returned after a long layoff, after a fight that almost didn't happen, after a year of speculation and heat. He has something to prove, and when a fighter like Tank Davis feels like he has something to prove, it doesn't end well for the man standing across from him right in the front right here. But here's the wild part: Davis has already said he's leaving the sport soon. Retirement is coming in 2025. He's made it clear he doesn't want to stick around forever. He doesn't love boxing the way some fighters do. He fights for money, for his legacy, for his people, but he doesn't want to end up like so many before him, taking fights he shouldn't, staying in too long, losing to people he should never lose to. And when he's done, he's done. No exhibitions, no comebacks, no hanging around the sport just to stay relevant. He's going to disappear just like he's done to so many opponents in the ring. That's what makes these last few fights so important. If this really is the end of the road for Tank, he's going to want to leave on his terms, and that means anyone standing in his way is in serious trouble. Roach has the heart, he has the hunger, he has the opportunity of a lifetime, but none of that changes the fact that he's standing in front of one of the most dangerous punchers in boxing, a man who has already broken 8 undefeated records. Tank has said it himself, he is dangerous. And when the bell rings on March 1st, he's going to prove it all over again. However, as much as Tank has been recently intimidating and talking about his retirement, he also has his eyes set on Colonel Moden. Bro, when yeah, I know, but I don't want to do him crazy cause you on a come up, so I don't want a big B, you got me, yeah, you know me. Matter of fact, the incidents around this have even caused Floyd Mayweather to talk, and it has been way more heated. Colonel Moton is only 18, but the way people are talking about him, you'd think he's already knocking on the door of the lightweight elite. He just dismantled Frank Zaver at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, putting on a performance that left no doubt about his potential. Zaver never had a chance. It was a one-sided beating, and if referee Harvey Dock hadn't stepped in when he did, the damage would have only gotten worse. Z Deer's own corner had already seen enough, trying to wave it off before Dock even noticed. It was a pure showcase for Moton, a night meant to put his name on the map, and it did, but nobody expected the post-fight conversation to take the turn that it did. Oh my L's 36, or you don't even think about that. I don't think about it, I'm not really focused on it. I'm focused on now. My upcoming fights, take one fight at a time, but who knows what the future holds. I do know Tank said that he ain't want to be around that much longer though. From what he said, take care of not Dion no more. He don't even want to fight Dion no more. But Shakur, what he said to your Fimo, nothing. The fight wasn't over for 5 minutes before Gervonta Davis's name got dragged into the mix. A fan on X, hyped off Moton's performance, claimed that the young prospect, who happens to be Floyd Mayweather's protege, could already take down Tank. It was an absurd claim, but the moment it was made, everything changed, because it wasn't just some throwaway comment lost in the noise. It got back to Davis, and Davis wasn't about to let that slide. I will beat the dog Gus out of him. Shut up, Tank snapped back, and just like that, a rivalry was born, or at least something resembling one. Go back work. The internet exploded. It wasn't just about Moden anymore, it was about Tank, it was about Mayweather, it was about old wounds, lingering resentment, and the fractures in relationships that have been crumbling for years. Davis and Mayweather are never going to be best friends, but their fallout has been messy, public, and impossible to ignore. Now, with one simple comment from a fan, it all started up again. It wasn't long before people were calling for a fight, not because it made sense. Moden has only had 7 pro fights, none of them against elite competition, but because drama sells, and this had drama written all over it. Who did it better, Dant Davis or Carl M. Carmel Moden? You see it. Get ready, L bro. Floyd Mayweather set it up. We don't need to wait, one fan wrote. However, according to most words in the sport, there is zero chance of that happening. Mayweather, as much as he loves stirring the pot, isn't reckless. He knows Moton isn't ready for Tank, not now, maybe not ever, but the idea had been planted, and Tank's reaction made things even spicier, because while he was quick to shut down the idea of Moden being on his level, the backlash started coming in just as fast. Say that about everybody but somebody in his division. One fan clown implying Tank has been dodging top music competition, and that's where things got interesting, because that's a shot that's been thrown at Davis for years. No matter how many knockouts he racks up, no matter how many belts he collects, there's always someone pointing out that he hasn't faced certain names. The constant accusations of ducking Shakur Stevenson, the fact that he's facing Lamont Roach Jr., a super featherweight, instead of another lightweight contender. It's a narrative that keeps coming back, and now somehow it was being mixed into this whole moan mess. One thing was clear, people weren't on the same page. Some thought Moton had no business even being mentioned.